Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? All right, man. So just got done watching this press conference. Wilder, Stiverne. Man, I swear, man, there was a lot of promises made in this in this press conference. Man, Wilder kept saying, "I promise you that. I promise you that. I'm gonna do this. I promise you that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna promise you that." And then Stiverne doing the whole thing, making a bunch of promises. What he gonna do? So good presser though, man. I like the back and forth between the two. Wilder didn't seem as animated this presser as he was the first press conference. A lot has changed in the last time they fought. Wilder, obviously beat him and went on, defended the titles, and so a lot has changed. Vern has not been in the ring since the Derek Rossi fight. That was the same year that he lost to Wilder, the end of that year, 2015. So a lot has changed, man. Stiverne's been very inactive. He says that the inactivity will help him. So I guess we'll see on fight night. Ring rust is ring rust, though, man. I know he's been working out. I follow Stiverne on Instagram. I always see him down in Florida, down in Miami working out, and see him in Vegas at the Mayweather Boxing Club doing his thing, sparring down at the Heavyweight Factory out there in Florida. So, I see him working. I have been seeing him working over the last couple years, but still he hasn't been in the ring for a fight. So it's not like he's been in full blown training camps, but at the same time, I'm not sure what his like a training camp regimen is for him. But I have seen him training, all right. But as far as this though, it was good to see Don King. That's why I wanted this image right here, man. It was good to see Don. I know Don gets a bad rap for messing fighters over about their money. You hear guys like I've heard Tim Witherspoon talk about a few guys, even Mike Tyson, him ripping them off as far as money's concerned. So I can understand the displeasure from fighters, but just as a fan watching it from afar is good, especially in the heavyweight division. Good to see Don still hanging in there, man, as far as just hearing his voice. Still pretty quick-witted, man. Still got the gift of gab, man, old Don King. It's clear as day that King wishes, look at him, looking at Wilder. He's like, damn, I wish I could promoted him, man. Just look at him. Cheesing. He gonna tell Wilder if he retired, because Wilder said if he loses this fight, he's gonna retire. He said, you retired, you come back, give me a call. You know what I mean? Don always still trying to sneak through the back door, trying to get people's fighters. But yeah, man, just a whole bunch of words, the day is Saturday, the night is Saturday. Saturday night, all this we put to rest. Stiverne, his normal self, very calm and very monotone way he talks and his delivery and approach. And then you can set him off and he'll get really pissed off, man. You've seen this happen at the Heavyweight Factory when him and Jarrell Miller got into it and they had to be separated. Shannon Briggs and the whole the gym down there had to separate the two. So he made a lot of promises and he said he's gonna, if he has to kill Wilder, he'll do so. And both guys just talking crap, man. So as far as, I'm trying to think what was said. Just a whole bunch of what I'm gonna do to you, you know what I mean? But Wilder did say if he loses the fight, he's gonna retire. I don't know, man. I don't think he'll do that. Because then it'd be, a third fight would have to happen sooner or later. If that was the case, But I think Wilder's saying it more on the tip of, man, if I lose to this dude, I'm retiring. You know how athletes talk like that. If I lose it to him, I might as well just retire if I can't beat him. That type of thing. But just can't wait for the fight, man. Just a lot of talking. But I was entertained. I was definitely entertained by it. Stiverne looked like he was going to get into it with Wilder's team and going after other people. And I could see Wilder sitting there telling his team, like, don't worry about it, kind of waving his hand. I'm like, nah, just forget it. Don't, kind of like that, don't even worry about it face. Like, don't worry about him. He's just mad. You know what I mean? He's just upset. But then Wilder, he had one of the people his team gave Wilder said it was Pedialyte. They gave him a present. They gave Stiverne a present, a bag, and inside, and obviously Stiverne, they go in the bag. I don't believe he went in the bag and grabbed it out, because then we playing into Wilder's hands, and that would have been a crazy image on social media. I would actually use that as the screenshot for this video. Had Stiverne went in the bag and took it out and just had it in his hand, just that still photo of him holding the Pedialyte. that would have been all over social media. So I'm glad he didn't fall for it. Never fall for other fighters' tricks. They give you a present, man. Let that shit sit on the table. Don't I wouldn't fall for it. I just stay to myself, and we'll exchange gifts on fight night. You know what I mean, with our fists. But entertaining. It was an entertaining presser, man. Far as the fight, man, Wilder said if he loses his retirement, I think I may just do a brief retirement for a month. I'm kidding. But if I get this one wrong, man, because I got the first fight prediction wrong between Wilder and Stiverne, believe it or not. I know watching the fight now in hindsight, how did you get that wrong? But I just didn't think Wilder had any back foot game. I didn't back then. I didn't think he could use the jab effectively like that, going off the back foot, landing combinations, and controlling the fight the way he did. Not that Stiverne was this, second coming of Mike Tyson or anything like that. It was just the fact that I just didn't think Wilder would be capable of handling the pressure that Stiverne was going to apply. And I know that Stiverne has a good chin, so that's why I thought Stiverne would be able to beat him. And I just didn't have confidence in Wilder having a good chin. And Stiverne got a little pop now. It ain't like he's some feather-fisted guy that you're going to stand there with your hands down and let him tee off on you. He probably isn't the hardest puncher in the division, but you got heavyweights in there, man. Especially a guy that wants to come forward and wants to apply pressure, land overhand lefts, overhand rights. I just thought that his ability to come over Wilder's jab in that first fight, I thought that'd lead him to victory. But I was wrong. I was dead wrong. And I think we're going to see a replay of the first fight. And maybe a stoppage in the middle rounds between 6 and 8. Stiverne's going to have to let his hands go, man. He can't sit and wait. He can't be a sitting target, man. I went back and I watched the first fight, man. And I believe the first 11 punches of the fight were all by Wilder. 10 of them were jabs. He didn't throw his first right hand. I should have went back and looked at this, but I think he didn't throw his first right hand till like his 27th or 26th punch or something. It was something like that, something crazy like that. And I think Stiverne threw a couple punches, like literally. So he can't get into this just, I'm going to put the high guard up, walk you down, as he put it, eat your punches like M&Ms and show you that you can't hurt me. You can do that all you want. And it may happen again, but then you're going to end up losing all the rounds because you're not doing anything effectively to get points to win rounds. So I think he's going to have to just go for broke, man. When Wilder lets his jab go, just throw overhand rights and overhand lefts over it. Just got to, even if he does want to play the counter roll position, he can't do it in the manner that he's going to let Wilder get off and then come back and let his hands go. Because then you're really not countering. It's a counter attack, but you need to counter punch effectively. Like literally as soon as Wilder lets his jab go, throw a right hand. Counter it immediately. Does Stiverne still have those type of reflexes? Can he match that type of speed of Wilder's? It's all about timing. He doesn't have to be as fast as Wilder, but he has to have Wilder's timing down. I'm not expecting him to go in there and have faster hands or quicker feet or just have good timing. Can he get the timing? We'll see. Boxing is about timing, man. Well, one of the parts of boxing is about timing. Go to Wilder's body. When he gets in close, try to get that leverage. If he's going to be bobbing and weaving, let's, bend down a little bit and explode. You know what I mean? With body shots, go to the body, then try to drop, have Wilder's head drop because just head hunting alone, I'm not sure that's going to work. Although I am saying he should go for broke. I think he needs to add in a body attack and not just sit on the outside of a jab and right hand all night. Another thing he doesn't want to do, and there was other parts in that first fight, man. There was one part that really caught my attention. I forget which round it was exactly, but you guys know what I'm talking about. It happened a few times, but it was a time where Wilder threw 8 punches in a row, and they were all in combination of jab, right hand, jab, right hand, jab, right hand, jab, right hand. Those are the 8 punches. And on the final right hand, Stiverne threw a punch. It's like you can't. In the other 7 punches, he was literally high guard, talking to Wilder, you're not hurting me, although he was getting clipped clean between the guard. This is not a good game plan to just show him how much you can take a shot. Make it count for something. Take the shot and be aggressive. You can take it, be aggressive. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind, if you're going to get, I know it's easier said than done. I'm just on the computer talking. I'm not in there, but I'm looking at it as if there's a chance you get knocked out or losing a fight, at least do it to where you're throwing everything you got. You know what I mean? And another thing I'm worried about with Stiverne is he's so amped up. He has so much animosity and hate and rage and, you know what I mean, towards Wilder. Is one that I'm thinking, is it going to be one of those situations where the first 2 rounds or so, he's going to go in there and once the adrenaline is over with after those first 2 rounds, he's going to be a sitting duck. You know, he's going to huff and puff and try to blow the house down, and nothing's going to happen. Or if nothing happens, what's going to be next? Is he just going to sit, you know, is he just going to say, okay, well, for the remainder of the fight, I'm going to show you how much I can take your punches. You know, so he's going to have to make his shots count, man. I brought this up before. I know it was 10 years ago, but just looking at some footage, even though it's old, I know we can argue Wilder's well, he is a different fighter. It's not really an argument. He is a different fighter. His physique looks a lot different. He looks more refined. But one thing that I noticed in the amateur fight he had with that Romanov guy, the fight that he lost by the ref stopped the fight and he got knocked down, got hurt really bad in that fight. That dude, he is doing exactly what I think Stiverne should do. He was, you know, even when he was on the outside, he was kind of parrying Wilder's jab, kind of knocking it down with his jab hand. Then he was coming over right hands, coming over with left hooks. He was just throwing. He wasn't waiting. You know what I mean? And that's something Stiverne can't do is wait. Another thing Stiverne cannot do is fight the way that he fought Ariola and Derek Rossi to a point, to a certain degree. And that's try to get against the ropes and try to drop his hands. And although he was moving his head, you know, he was still kind of stationary when he was doing it. You know what I mean? I think he can show Wilder different looks by doing that, but I wouldn't necessarily do that, have him, or I don't think he should do it the whole fight. But it'd be good to show Wilder some different looks instead of just the old put the high guard up, show you how tough my chin is. Definitely give Wilder some different looks. Don't abandon his own jab. That's another thing. You go watch the first fight. There's a few times in the fight when he threw his jab, he either landed it, sometimes he missed. Sometimes he put Wilder not necessarily on the defensive where he was moving back, but it kind of just made Wilder think a little bit. And that's all you need is that split second to make him think, and then you can come down the pipe with an overhand right, or if you want to throw a left jab off the hook, make him think. Just put it in his face. Even if it's just blinding him, even if it's just a filler jab, just don't abandon your jab, man. Just, you got to somehow, some way. I don't think Stiverne's just going to be completely able to bob and weave his way in like a prime Tyson or, you know, Joe Frazier back in his heyday. You know, not even like a Burt Cooper type. I just don't think he's going to do that. I think it'll work a little bit, and Stiverne sometimes can go away from it. So I think he needs to at least try to jab his way in also. Bob and weave his way in, but jab his way in a little bit too. You know what I mean? And a punch that Wilder, I don't think he should forget in this fight is the uppercut. Let's find at home for that uppercut. The first fight, there was a time in that first fight. Man, I should have marked all the times and rounds of everything I'm talking about. But the first fight, man, there was a sequence in the fight where Wilder was throwing, you know, the jab, right hand. And then he just surprised, not only me, he surprised Stiverne with a good uppercut. You can hear it, like, you can hear it land. It was a thudding boom, like you can hear it. And it was just so, and I was like, man, he should go to that more. And he didn't do it enough. And I know sometimes, especially when you're fighting another orthodox fighter, you're trying to throw uppercuts, you can be in line for a left hook. And that's one of Stiverne's favorite punches is his left hook. So I can understand the dangers of it. I'm not saying stand out there and throw wild, you know, uppercuts to where you're going to get caught. But mix it in there. Vitaly Klitschko was him and his brother, man, I give them credit for being very big heavyweights that can throw uppercuts from a long range. You know, look kind of awkward. It looks kind of weird because they're big, tall guys, but it can be effective, man. Everything's not going to look like you're a welterweight. Everything's not going to look just so picture perfect and everything. Sometimes when guys are big and tall like that, some of those punches can look weird and awkward and looping. You know what I mean? But that's a punch I think he needs to put in his repertoire more in this fight. I guess we can argue, no, he doesn't. He can just do the jab right hand all night, throwing some left hooks, turn Stiverne. Yeah, it could possibly work. But if Stiverne has a different game plan this time, makes it hard, I think that uppercut is a significant punch that Wilder can throw. Being that Stiverne, he's going to be ducking, and sometimes he can lean over a little bit. You can get him leaning and catch him with an uppercut. But for the most part, I think Wilder should implement what he did in the first fight, man. And this time around, try not to. It's kind of hard to get this guy advice, in a fight that he literally won all the damn rounds. But to try to land cleaner right hands this time. It looked like last time he was just outpointing him like, hey, I'm going to just throw. If it hits your glove, it hits your glove. If it gets through the guard, it gets through the guard. If it gets around the guard, it gets around the guard. If I hit your forearm, hit your forearm. Just putting leather on Stiverne. But this time I think doubles, but he was doing that a lot in the first fight. I was going to say he can double and triple jab. Just try to land the right hand a little bit cleaner towards the jaw area. He was landing a lot of stuff on the top of Stiverne's head and on the side of his head and stuff like that. So just cleaner punches down the middle. Try to aim towards the neck, so you can connect towards the jaw area. But really, man, I just don't see how Stiverne's going to win this fight. I got Wilder winning this fight, man. I got Deontay Wilder beating Bermane Stiverne in this fight. Good press conference. Going to see how the weigh-in goes tomorrow. Trying to see if there's anything else I want to talk about regarding this fight. As far as just the style breakdowns, what I think these guys can do to win the fight. The first fight, man, I was watching it, and these guys were talking a lot during the fight, especially Stiverne. But he did, Wilder did show that he can hurt him, though. And people are getting that mixed up with, well, he didn't knock him out. Yeah, he didn't knock him out, but he was putting a whooping on him, and he did hurt him early in that fight where Stiverne literally had to tackle him. I know it kind of went on after the bell a little bit, but you know how it is in the heat of the moment. When you're in the middle of throwing punches and the bell goes off, you can't sometimes stop take it back, especially when you're in the motion of throwing a punch. You know what I mean? But he hurt Stiverne, because even when Stiverne got up, if you guys remember when he tried to get up, he almost fell back down, and then he kind of stumbled to his corner. He was hurt. He was hurt. Let's not pretend now like this guy wasn't hurt during the fight. But for the most part, man, he showed a tough chin in that fight. He just couldn't get anything off offensively. You know what I mean? But that's pretty much it, man. I got Wilder beating Stiverne. We'll see on fight night, though, man. And man, that'd be crazy if I get this fight prediction wrong, man. To get both of these fights wrong. But I think I'm gonna get this one right. The first fight I got wrong. I'm gonna get this one right. I'm gonna go with Wilder. Stoppage between 6 and 8. I think maybe Stiverne, his corner, throw it in, maybe it'd be clean. I think he's gonna stop between 6 and 8. Just my prediction on the fight. Y'all let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm going.